Anyan, Uruman Brian Miller, and Nida. Hello, my name is Brian Miller. Special shout out to Andrew Miller, no relationship whatsoever, who's a judge for this competition, and he's also a chef instructor at my alma mater, Gwinnett Technical College. Now, although my degree is in computer sciences, I still love to cook. So, my submission for this competition is what I call Bulgogi skewers with a cucumber crab boat banchan. We used a bean paste for dipping the bulgogi that we purchased from an Asian supermarket in Duluth. My wife and I discovered our love for Korean foods on our second anniversary when we visited Breaker's Korean Barbecue off Pleasant Hill in Duluth. Since then, we've visited several other Korean restaurants around Metro Atlanta, and with each experience being unique and wonderful. Our experiences have led us to talk about actually visiting South Korea at some time, and also, to influence us on learning the language. So, enough about me. We love to share our experiences with friends and family, as you can see. So, enough about that. Let's talk about the food. So, for this particular recipe, I'm using bulgogi, which is meat from deer, right? Also known as venison. This meat is from a local white-tailed deer and was harvested by me. It's a very old buck, and we're very thankful for him giving his life to us. Side note, I am not a trophy hunter. The meat was carefully prepared for 2 weeks by our local processor before quartering. The image here is the yield from him. What we used is the stew meat or cube cuts of the meat here. I understand the literal definition for bulgogi is fire meat, and it's traditionally served in thin slices, where what we used is cube meat, so I hope that doesn't disqualify us. Now, I was not aware that the deadline for this competition had been extended until this morning, so I did not film the preparation and cooking from our bulgogi dinner last night. My recipe for the bulgogi marinade is as follows. I have here 1 cup of venison broth made by my wonderful wife, 1/2 cup reduced sodium soy sauce, 1/2 cup brown sugar packed, 4 cloves of garlic minced, as you see here, and I use this fancy tool for mincing the garlic, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of sriracha, maybe more or less to taste. And also, don't forget 1 tablespoon of freshly grated ginger, again using this fancy tool here. 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and roughly about a teaspoon of black pepper, more or less. So I like to take all these ingredients and mix them all together in a little bowl like so, and let set at room temperature so that all the ingredients reach room temperature and all the flavors get to know each other. All right? And once that's done, take my cubes or meats and place them into a Ziploc baggie mixed in with the marinade, making sure that all the meat's covered, and put that into a fridge to sit overnight. Now, before dinner, I made the cucumber boat with crab salad, which was inspired by mykoreankitchen.com. And I placed that into the fridge until dinner was ready. There's an excellent banchan that really complements the bulgogi. I used my smoker grill that was fabricated by my father for cooking the meat. I cooked the skewers on the top shelf for 15 minutes on a low heat, then flipped for another 15 minutes. The results were amazing. It's a favorite recipe that I've been using for a long time, and everybody who I've ever introduced this recipe to is amazed that it's venison and not beef. And for you judges, if you select me as one of your finalists, you will have the honors of enjoying this recipe with this, a venison shoulder. I will debone the shoulder and cut it into cubes or thin slices, if that technically calls bulgogi. And my only requirement will be that you allow my wife and I to partake in some of it. So, 감사합니다. Thank you very much for your consideration and offering this amazing opportunity to everybody. And 안녕.